Before beginning your installation, make sure you have a clear and suitable base. Your garden building will be delivered flat packed with all the required fixings and detailed instructions. Before starting, we recommend you read through the instructions carefully and check you have all the required components. For this install, we recommend these tools: a screwdriver, a drill, a hammer, a tape measure, a ladder and a Stanley knife or cutting tool. We always recommend installing on a dry day with a minimum of 2 people. Start off by removing the transportation blocks from each panel, giving them a hard knock with a hammer. Each panel should have 2 blocks. We are fitting the door first so you can make sure the hinges are level. Lay out the door gable flat on the ground and place the door panel within the gap. Line the panel up flush with the frame and place the hinges at the top and the bottom so they can line up with the framing nails. Remember to pre-drill all screw holes throughout this installation. This will prevent the wood from splitting. Fix the T-hinges onto the door and door frame as shown using 30mm screws. Ensure the screws go through the cladding and into the framing behind. Now repeat the process for the remaining hinge. Place the floor on a firm, level base. Ensure the base has suitable drainage free from areas where standing water can collect. See the front page of your instructions for base requirements. Start the main body of your installation by placing the side and back panel together to form an L-shaped joint. Fix the 2 panels together using 50mm screws, screwing in the top, middle and bottom of the panels. Do not secure the building to the floor until the roof is fitted. Now the first 2 walls are together, now bring in the second side wall and repeat the process in the opposite corner as shown. Finish the main body of the building by now bringing in the door gable and screwing at the top, middle and bottom, attaching the panel to each side as shown. With all the walls up, it's now time to work on the roof. Place an L bracket at each end of the ridge bar and secure using 20mm screws. Place the ridge bar in between the front and back apex, ensuring the top corners of the ridge bar sit flush with the top points of the apex. Fix the ridge bar into the vertical framing using the L brackets at each end as shown. Now the ridge bar is in place, we can now begin the assembly of the roof boards. Fix 2 eaves frames to eave roof sheet as shown, making sure they are flush at each end using 3 30mm screws per eaves. Slide the roof boards on until it reaches the ridge bar. Now fix the roof sheets to the roof, ensuring they come through together at the top using 40mm screws, making sure to attach the roof to the ridge bar. Once the roof is fixed together, you can now begin to attach the building to the floor at equal intervals. Pre-drill and secure using 50mm screws. This will help prevent any movement. Once this is done, you can move on to felt. Cut the felt into 2 sheets following the measurements in your instructions, using a Stanley knife or cutting tool for a nice clean finish. Roll out the felt on the roof, ensuring there's at least a 50mm overhang around the sides. Tack the felt at the top 2 corners to prevent movement and secure along the bottom edge. Once that's finished, roll out the second strip, ensuring the felt overlaps the previous strip to prevent water ingress. Once in place, you can now tack down the second strip. Fit the cover trims to the front and back corners of the building using 30mm screws. Trim the length of the cover trims to the required size before fitting if necessary. Attach the fascias to the roof, making sure to fold the felt behind down and sandwich it between the fascia board and the roof. Secure in place at the top, middle and bottom with 40mm screws as shown. Once these are attached, you can cut away any felt that is showing underneath. Position the finial over the fascia gap at each end and secure in place with 40mm screws, screwing through into the roof framing behind. Fix the window strips to the 2 pieces of framing that sit alongside the outside edge of the windows with 3 30mm screws for each strip. Place the plastic window sill onto the window panel. Now fit the styrene sheets on top of the window sill. When positioning the styrene, ensure there is an equal distance between them and at either sides of the windows. Now begin to attach the 3 window strips at each side and the middle of the windows, using 3 30mm screws in each. Make sure the screws enter the framing in the window panel and not the styrene. We will remove the plastic coating at the end. The internal door beading needs installing on the inside of the door frame using 30mm screws. screwing in at the top, middle and bottom as shown. Now repeat for the other side. Now it is time to attach the turn buttons. Fix the turn buttons onto the top and bottom of the door gable using one 30mm black screw for each. Now this is done, it's time to remove the plastic coating from the windows. Score around the edge of the window glazing inside and out with a sharp knife. Once done, you should be able to peel the protective plastic away. Now that your building is complete, we ask that you treat your building upon construction with a high quality timber preservative and waterproof top coat. For more information, please head over to our website.